Good morning. It's Thursday, December 23rd. We're bringing you the latest news making headlines to help you start your day.
The holiday travel rush is in full swing, and even though we're seeing a surge in COVID cases, many get-togethers are still on.
Our Rebecca Schramm is live at Hartsfield-Jackson. She starts off our coverage in today's Morning News Rewind.
It's a beautiful the way they have it lit up, Karen. Good morning to you. You know, people who had to cancel get-togethers last year before the vaccines were widely available, well, they are definitely making up for lost time. Take a look at all the activity here at the airport this morning early on this 2 days before Christmas. But with the milder, more contagious Omicron variant on the rise, it does add to the stress. At airports across the country, holiday travelers are bundling up with coats, scarves, and PPE.
I'm wearing 2 masks because even though I'm vaccinated, that doesn't mean that I can't get COVID.
According to AAA, between today and January 2nd, more than 109 million Americans, an almost 34% increase from 2020, will travel 50 miles or more on the highways or in the air.
People being cooped up for a year and a half, they need to see family and friends.
Airlines alone are seeing a 184% increase from last year.
Without a doubt, people have more confidence with the vaccines and the boosters.
And taking a live look, holiday travel is expected to be at nearly pre-pandemic levels. Coming up in our next half hour, a state lawmaker who is also a medical doctor weighs in on the pros and cons of those home testing kits. Live at Hartsfield-Jackson, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Rebecca, thank you so much. Yes, some good information there. I knew this morning 3 separate teams of scientists on 2 continents finding that Omicron infections are more often leading to mild illnesses compared to earlier variants. Researchers looking at Omicron's course in South Africa, Scotland, and England. Results in all 3 showing Omicron less likely to send people to hospitals. Still, experts are warning you Omicron is spreading much more easily than previous versions of the coronavirus. At 6:05, while Omicron spreads quickly, people are finding hard to get test kits.
Yeah, in fact, one testing site in DeKalb is actually closed today. Tori Cooper is live at Perimeter Mall this morning, and they made this announcement late yesterday. What do people need to know?
Well, first, they need to check their email because the email was sent out late last night, as you just mentioned, and that's where they discussed that they were going to be shutting down this area right across the way at the Perimeter Mall parking lot because usually they have cars wrapping around early in the morning looking to get tested, but that will not be able to happen today because they're trying to alleviate some of that holiday traffic. So far this holiday season, the main line people are waiting in is the one at their local COVID-19 testing site.
This is not getting better, and these variants are going to continue to pop up if more people are not vaccinated.
But those hitting the road today who had an appointment right here at the Perimeter Mall Mind Body Wellness Center will have to take a different route to find out their COVID-19 status. The company sent out notices via email late last night, saying in part that due to the high influx of holiday shoppers expected to show up at the Perimeter Mall, they couldn't have extra COVID-19 testing lines congesting the parking lot, and now all appointments and non-appointments will be serviced at the North DeKalb Mall for today. But Christmas is fast approaching and cases are not slowing down.
Looking at capacity numbers alone doesn't tell the story of how serious this variant is already.
Now, the North DeKalb Mall location is located at 2050 Lawrenceville Highway, and you will want to head out there around the same time. Get out there early, around 7:15 if you can. That's usually when cars are already out there lining up to get tested. We'll be out here to hopefully direct some of you that way to make sure you can still get your appointment honored by the testing people out there. Reporting live in DeKalb County, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Tori, thanks so much. It is 6:07 and a community now in mourning over the sudden loss of a high school football standout. 18-year-old Robby Roper passed away after complications with a shoulder procedure. A private vigil held last night on the school's football field over at Roswell High School, honoring that star athlete. He was a quarterback for the team, and just weeks ago, he led the team to the quarterfinals of the state high school playoffs. Funeral services are still in the works.
It is 16 minutes after 6. CBS 46 is your vaccine team. 2 weeks from now, the U.S. Supreme Court is going to hear arguments over President Biden's vaccine mandates for big companies and healthcare workers. Both have been blocked by lower courts. One mandate requires employers with 100 or more workers to have staff vaccinated or tested on a regular basis. The other mandate requires vaccinations for healthcare workers at facilities that receive federal money.
With the Omicron variant causing a surge in COVID-19 cases right now nationwide, many large events scheduled to happen in the coming days are up in the air.
Yeah, here locally, a declaration emergency is reinstated in Cobb County as the variant spreads rapidly. Our Brooks Baptiste joins us in studio. Any word on when these events or which ones may be canceled?
Yeah, that's a great question, Gravir. And here's the thing, we've got more than a week before New Year's Eve, but that's where we're looking ahead. And at this time, it appears here in the city of Atlanta, we're in the clear. But a lot of government officials seem to be echoing each other, saying they did not expect Omicron to move this quickly. So there's an ongoing discussion right now about which end of the year events are still a go. Now, here in Atlanta, the city is expecting about 60,000 people to ring in the new year. At the Peach Drop, and we spoke with Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms this week, and she tells us that they're asking everyone to wear a mask. They're hoping a majority of the crowd will be vaccinated as well. Headlining that return of Underground Atlanta's New Year's Eve tradition will be the popular hometown rap group Goody Mob and Grammy Award-winning singer Ashanti. But if you're choosing to stay indoors, maybe watch the ball drop, in New York and just doing it from your couch, we're told that celebration is set to go on as scheduled. Millions are expected to fill Times Square, and Mayor Bill de Blasio says that he's working with health officials to add more safety measures right now.
We're still in discussion. The goal, of course, is to keep it going because it's such an important event for New Yorkers and for the whole world. But if we're able to figure out the right formula to keep people safe, that's what we're working on right now.
Well, the mayor did not go into more detail on the celebration, but did say that vaccinations and boosters are key to stopping the spread of the Omicron variant. You've got California, more in Los Angeles, that they've decided to cancel their celebration. In Boston, they've done the same thing. So we'll be keeping our eyes open just to see if these states go through with it or if they end up pulling back on these events.
Oh, gosh, don't you just hate it? We're so ready to get things back to normal, but we got to be careful. Brooks, thank you so much. And
Glad you're back at 6:25 in your health news now. COVID patients who also suffer from high blood pressure, obesity, or diabetes are much more likely to die from the virus.
This is according to an international study by the Mayo Clinic. It took a look at records from 46,000 patients in 26 countries, and researchers found patients with symptoms associated with metabolic syndrome or mild obesity were 30% more likely to be hospitalized for COVID and 20% more likely to die. More than a third of all Americans have high blood pressure, obesity, or diabetes connected with metabolic syndrome. Marietta police in for a big surprise when they opened the back doors to this van. Take a look at this. That's a flock of sheep.
Wow.
Stuffed into the back of a vehicle. Police say those animals were found inside a van that was reported as stolen. Well, it turns out it wasn't actually stolen. The driver was still arrested for an outstanding warrant for another crime.
Oh boy.
Right now at 6:45, we're keeping an eye on today with the stories you need to know.
Today, family and friends will pay their final respects to 6 people killed in a Decatur house fire. A visitation was held at Levitt and Sons Funeral Home for the victims. We're told 10 people were inside that home on Janet Lane when it went up in flames last Tuesday. Family members suspect a space heater started the fire. A celebration of life is going to be held at the Rainbow Park Baptist Church in DeKalb at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
The fate of Kim Potter is in the hands of a jury. Potter's facing first and second-degree manslaughter charges in the fatal shooting of 20-year-old Dante Wright during a traffic stop. Potter claims she mistakenly used her gun instead of her taser, killing Wright. Prosecutors accuse her of negligence.
Thieves steal Christmas donations from a warehouse stocked with gifts for children in need. The nonprofit The Empty Stocking says the suspect got in using a sledgehammer to get right through the warehouse's cinder block wall. The group's now asking for your help to replace those lost items. You can find out how you can donate on our free CBS46 streaming app.
Governor Kemp says he's backing a plan to make Juneteenth a holiday for state employees. Lawmakers should consider that change after they reconvene in January. Earlier this year, President Biden made Juneteenth a federal holiday. It marks the day when some enslaved black people in Texas became among the last in the Confederacy to learn that they were free.
In Richmond, Virginia, workers very carefully opening a 134-year-old time capsule. And guess what's inside? The base of the recently removed statue of Robert E. Lee. The container made of lead, holding a 1875 almanac, 2 other books, and a silver coin.
That's
quite a find.
Really just a piece of history right there for you. Hey, trending this morning, speaking of history, a 72 million year old Can you get that? A fossilized dinosaur egg was found in southern China.
Is this real?
I know.
It's
crazy.
sparking a lot of conversation online, as you might imagine. So guess what? Our Books Baptiste has a look at the stories topping your social media feeds along with this one. Is this real?
Good morning to you, ladies. That's the question, Karen. Is it real? And it's got a lot of people talking and raising their eyebrows online right now. The 72-million-year-old fossilized dinosaur egg had a well-preserved embryo on the inside. Take a look at this video. So the fossil is that of a toothless theropod dinosaur named Baby Ying Lang. The embryo's tucking position was previously only thought to be the behavior of pre-hatching birds. But get this, researchers believe that it could have reached lengths up to 10 feet if it had actually lived. Wow. Well, we all know that one person that's just obsessed with Christmas, right? Yeah, probably a little more festive than you. Maybe you are that person. Well, turns out some states are actually more festive than others. A recent report reveals the top states obsessed with Christmas. And no, unfortunately, Georgia did not make the cut. Coming in at number 1 is New Hampshire because of its ski resorts and supposedly a lot of the different Christmas activities that they have there. Maine came in second for its love of Christmas music, and rounding out the top 3, Connecticut. It's nicknamed the Nutmeg State. Well, we're calling this another step towards creating a multi-sensory viewing experience. Check this out. A Japanese professor has developed a lickable TV that can imitate foods, like the taste of foods. The device is called Taste the TV, and it rolls film over a flat TV screen for the viewer to try. Now, the creator says the whole goal behind this is really just to make it possible for people to experience restaurants from other sides of the world. Well, they say you can do it from the comfort of your own home. So while you're at the house, you just get up to the screen and just lick the screen, and just like that, you taste it.
That's a hard pass. Don't you think,
Licking
KG?
the screen?
Come on, Brooks.
Come on, we don't lick the screen.
Right. That's what I'm talking
In the
about.
world. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.